Six Flags has just shocked the coaster community as they released a statement revealing their new for 2026 additions and removals. These include record-breaking roller coasters and water rides, and everything in between. Based on their 2025 announcements, I wouldn't be surprised if these new coasters are some of the best in the entire chain. Let's dive in and talk about all of the wild additions Six Flags has planned for 2026. The first two attractions on this list are water rides headed to Canada's Wonderland and Carowinds. Both are listed as, quote, record-breaking water rides or attractions. Neither Carowinds nor Canada's Wonderland have a water ride in the dry park. This could possibly be an Intamin Ultra Surf or Mach Power Splash. Six Flags has added both of these models in the past, and they could just create the largest one of each and advertise it as a record-breaking water attraction. If they were to add these models, I think it would be a great move for each of these parks, especially Carowinds, given the warmer climate that park is located in. Next, we have Kings Island, which will introduce a new family thrill attraction. This isn't specified as a family coaster, so I don't think it will be one. And the park just added Snoopy's Soapbox Racers this past year, which was a Vekoma family boomerang. Instead, I think this will be a flat ride from Zamperla, possibly something similar to the Jolly Rancher flat ride at Hershey Park. There are quite a few different options here, but I think really any flat ride from Zamperla is a good fit. Next, we have Six Flags Magic Mountain, which says they will debut a first-of-its-kind coaster in North America. Could this be America's first ever Axis coaster? Magic Mountain already has an Aero 4D coaster with X2, so I'm not sure how much sense that would make. It also has a ton of coasters with inversions and launches. However, this would be a completely new concept, and I think spinning around a different axis would possibly differentiate it enough from X2. Enthusiasts have been wanting to see this model for a long time now, so maybe this will be what they want. On the other hand, though, I could see this being a modern Vekoma launch coaster, something like Abyssus at Energylandia. Obviously, there are other multi-launch coasters with inversions in North America, but they could probably find a way to market it as something like the first Vekoma Shockwave in North America. Next, we have Six Flags Great Adventure, which will unveil a record-breaking launch coaster. Will Kingda Ka receive the dragster treatment and be reimagined, or will they construct an entirely new coaster? The rumor right now is that Kingda Ka will be completely removed, and this new attraction will be a completely new ride. I think that is something we should all be happy with. Great Adventure already copied Cedar Point once when they built Kingda Ka, so I'm glad it is looking like they will do something different here. We basically have no clues as to what this new coaster will be or where it will be located. They could go with Premier, Mach, S&S, or maybe even use Intamin and take them off their blacklist of manufacturers. We know that the chain has worked with Premier and S&S to build record-breaking coasters before, as Alpine Fury is a Premier launch coaster opening in 2025 at Canada's Wonderland, and S&S constructed Max Force at Great America in 2019. No matter what manufacturer they choose, I'm confident this will be a great ride, and will hopefully be a worthy replacement for Kingda Ka. Now on the other hand, there are people who will probably make an argument that Kingda Ka is an absolutely massive attraction and that to demolish that structure completely would not be a good idea and that Great Adventure will simply modify this coaster. I think that is at least a small possibility, though not very likely. Overall though, I'm excited to see what Great Adventure will do. Next we have Six Flags Over Texas, which will unleash a record-breaking dive coaster. I anticipate this coaster being similar to Wrath of Rakshaka at Six Flags Great America. If I had to guess, the record will either be the drop angle, total inversions, or length, not height or speed. The longest dive coaster is Yukon Striker at just over 3,600 feet in length, and the most inversions and steepest drop is Wrath of Rakshaka with 5 inversions and a drop of 97 degrees. These 3 records are definitely the easiest for the park to break to call this a record-breaking coaster. Next, we have Six Flags Mexico, which will introduce a family thrill boomerang coaster. This is not what people were hoping for at Six Flags Mexico. Originally, the park was slated to receive a Vekoma tilt coaster, but that plan was apparently scrapped and the coaster was sent to Cedar Point and will open as Siren's Curse in 2025. And we all know that Cedar Point's lineup does not need that coaster. At least Six Flags Mexico is getting something though. Family boomerang coasters are solid family rides that anybody can enjoy. Yes, it isn't a giant tilt coaster, but it is a new ride nonetheless. And finally, we have some general park improvements at Great America and Knott's Soak City. Great America will also be celebrating its 50th anniversary and receive a new kids area. Six Flags is also removing a variety of rides next year. Six Flags Over Texas will be removing the Intamin bobsled coaster La Vibora as well as the Larson Loop El Diablo. Cedar Point has formally announced the removal of Snake River Falls, and their Sky Coaster, Frontier Fling, will be removed as well. Lastly, Six Flags Great Adventure will close 2 major coasters, including King Dakar and their stand-up coaster Green Lantern, as well as 3 flat rides, the Twister, the Skyway, and Parachutes. If all of these new rides come to fruition, that would be 2 crazy years for Six Flags in a row. It almost seems like they are taking the Mark Shapiro approach from the 2000s and adding as many wild additions as they can possibly afford. What do you think of this surprise announcement from Six Flags? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, thanks for watching.